Welcome to the latest episode of Between Two Doors. We are talking to Oksana Leslie out of Mobile, Alabama. She is a real estate agent with years of experience. She's doing fantastic this past year. She's recently just closed her 65th transaction.
Hey, I'm Nate Carver, and welcome to Between Two Doors.
Hi, Oksana. How are you doing?
Hi, Nathan, and hi, Nathan's subscribers. My name is Oksana. I'm a crazy Russian realtor in Mobile.
The crazy Russian realtor. Hey, so tell me when did you become a real estate agent and what was driving that decision for you?
Well, first of all, I will start from like backstory. How did I come to the
Okay.
United States?
Okay, let's do that. Well, how did you come about being in the United States?
So, I came to the United States as a mail order bride. When Soviet Union collapsed, I realized I'm not part of this big community where we were brainwashed, we brothers and sisters.
Mm-hmm.
And I realized I'm a citizen of Uzbekistan, and they started to change that rules that now state language going to be not Russian but Uzbek. Everybody should have Uzbek passport. You're going to have Uzbek currency and all this stuff. So I'm the most unique immigrant you've ever met because I'm half Russian, half Ukrainian, and I never lived in Russia or Ukraine. So, yeah, so I was born and raised in Uzbekistan. I got my education. I have a degree in Russian language and literature. I used to teach fifth grade Russian and literature in Uzbekistan.
Oh, okay.
So I wanted to be a writer. I love reading and writing, and so my friend had American husband. They introduced me to their friend, and we started writing letters to each other. And then we met in Moscow. He bought my tickets. He flew me there. We met. We liked each other. He did a fiance visa.
Mm.
And so on fiance visa came America in 98. So, but in my family, though my last name and Oksana and my maiden name are Ukrainian, but in my family, they never spoke Ukrainian. They only spoke Russian. So in my
Mhm.
head, Russian culture, I've always felt like I'm Russian. So, but I don't really have relatives in Russia. And uh, so in America, my husband passed away in 2008. 2007, he committed suicide. So then I
Mm.
got myself Russian husband, and I started to do YouTube channel after I published my first book because the publisher told me, "Oh, in Russia, like I found a publisher who will publish my book about my story in the United States."
Mm-hmm.
And he said, "To advertise yourself, you need to become popular." And that's how I started YouTube channel. But I just didn't know, like I couldn't talk about my book all the time, because it would be boring. And so I started making videos about life in Alabama, like regular immigrants in Alabama. I
Mm-hmm.
did Americans trying Russian food, where I got my boys to come, and then interview with Americans, home improvements, real estate. And one day, I got a phone call from a subscriber who found me, and he said, "Listen." Because my phone was on our Leslie Painting page. I was running Leslie Painting remodeling business. And me and my
Okay.
husband would go fix people's houses, or I will make a video how he's doing it with a helper.
Right.
And that Russian person, some from Ohio, said, "I want to buy real estate." And I said, "Oh, he's my realtor friend." And he said, "Why you not a realtor? You have a big following." At that time, I had 20,000 followers. And of course, they all from all over the place, Ukraine, Russia, Israel, Canada, but they just Russian-speaking people who want to see a regular life of ordinary people in America, Alabama. And that's how it gave me idea to get a real estate license. This is answer to your question. So Alabama, my sixth state. With my first husband, we moved a lot because he was bipolar, and I didn't know that, and we just moved a lot. But I became a realtor in Alabama, and it's almost 6 years.
Almost 6 years. So from the time of the USR Soviet Union collapsed in 91.
I came to America in 98, so I was here
And
26 years.
okay, so by 98 you were here in the States. And now you're still doing your YouTube channel, right?
Yes.
What is it? What's that YouTube channel?
That's a YouTube channel in Russian, Oksana, Alabama, USA.
Okay, Oksana, Alabama, USA. Now, you've been here since 98. So are you still doing have those videos changed any as far as are you just still discovering new things as quote an immigrant in Alabama that are different or that you did I don't know. How about let's talk about food in Alabama. What was the thing you loved most or and the least that you've
Well,
tried or experienced?
well, American food I don't like. Um, I don't like peanut butter. I don't. I don't like peanut butter. I don't like oatmeal. Um, and but I like many things like fried chicken and
Mm-hmm.
um, I um, I cook a lot too. So and I like oysters.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, fish, oysters. I like good steak. I got filet mignon. I'm an excellent cook, but if I want to go out, I'm never gonna order spaghetti because if I can cook it at home, if I can make Alfredo with shrimp at home. I'm
Mm-hmm.
not paying for Alfredo shrimp at Olive Garden. And
No.
the new foods in Alabama, which I showed to my subscribers, and I learned how to cook it, and I made videos cooking in Alabama, cooking it. I'm in America. I made videos cooking oxtail. I made videos cooking frog legs, alligator, how to make a Russian chicken pot pie using American pie crust.
Mm-hmm.
So I have very a large variety of things I like. Like if like there's a festival like a German sausage festival or
Right.
fair like Mississippi Louisville had a fair. I
Right.
go there and I just go there and make videos what people have, how people in America and Alabama have fun.
Right. So in your when you did you your first real estate transaction, were you helping a buyer sell a home? I mean, or buy a home, their first home maybe, or were you helping a seller sell their home? Yeah.
Um,
If you can remember.
I
That's a few transactions
no,
ago.
I remember. No, no, my first year I had only two transactions.
Okay. In the
Uh,
first year you had two.
so yes. Um, and it's just gonna be it's gonna be it was a Russian friend
Oh, okay.
who wanted to look at older homes,
Mm-hmm.
and then she since was running remodeling business, she wanted to know how much would be to repair fence or to do this or to do that, and then she realized it's cheaper for her to buy a new home.
Mm-hmm.
And she found a new home, but she just told them that I'm her realtor because we looked at a bunch of older homes. So
Yeah.
she didn't teach me like some other buyers do. They said, "Oh, I found new home. I'm going with new homes." They don't realize they're realtor whose time they've wasted, not
Right.
getting paid and going to be very insulted and upset. So yes, like first new house transaction.
Right.
Uh, yes, and my friend said like, "Oh, okay, I'm doing it. You're gonna be a realtor," and I didn't even know where the house is. But I helped her move. I remember I paid my boys. I have three boys. I paid my teenage boys at that time to be movers. Like they
Oh
got a
yeah?
truck, and I got my boys to move, and I bought big, nice food for everybody to share. Because I was so happy and thankful that she like kind of like used me and didn't ditch me.
Nice. So fast forward, now you're up to your 65th transaction. Has your why changed? What you're doing, why you're doing real estate, what you love about it? Have you seen any changes there from when you first got started?
In the first 2 years, I only sold like two houses. Like
Mm-hmm.
first year was fixer uppers, and I started to do more. I got busy because since I was making lots of videos about Alabama, how it's beautiful, about the food, about nice places.
Mm-hmm.
Some people started to move in. Actually, so like my first customer from California who moved here, they bought a 400,000 mansion paid cash.
Wow.
And
And
then
they found you through your
and
podcast.
they found me through YouTube. So I realized that
Wonderful.
doing YouTube for many years,
Yeah.
and it really doesn't pay much money. But the point is, especially like when you're starting, you're not making. It's like your hobby. Like I like to
Sure.
make a video. I like to do montage.
Mm-hmm.
I do my own video montage. I have a program I use, and I feel like deep inside, since I used to teach, and I'm a teacher, and I feel like I'm a
Yeah.
guru. I know so much. I've been through many situations. I've been through bankruptcies. My husband shot himself. I know how to like get food stamps, and like I've been in many situations most people never experience.
Yeah.
And
And you
so I share sometimes my experience. So I don't. It's not
sure.
just show. I can show. I tell some things which happened to me in the past as example of it's like expectations versus reality type thing.
Right. And
And
so you've
yeah,
got a podcast that reaches a very broad audience,
yes,
with like 80 plus thousand followers on it.
58, 58.
58,000? Okay,
Yes,
fantastic. That's fantastic. 58,000 followers. They all know you're a real estate agent. What a wonderful way to keep in contact with them, even because, let's say you help somebody buy a home or sell a home and they've got you on your podcast. You've got a mechanism there to stay front in mind in their lives, relationally growing, your
yeah.
connection with
And
them.
I know some people with whom I didn't stay as a friend, but they moved because of me.
Yeah.
They moved to Alabama. I feel like I became ambassador of Alabama and I gave them happiness because they
Yeah.
near the sea, warm climate. Some people moved from Seattle, from Oregon, and they like love the warm, the food, and it's not a busy traffic. And they watch me. And so
Mm-hmm.
sometimes they watch my YouTube and they say, "Oh, I should go to pick satsumas at Satsuma Farm. Oh,
Oh
I should
yeah.
like, yeah, or like I'm planning to make a video about like 6 awesome restaurants, and like I already been to like some, like
Yeah.
Lambert's Cafe and like Happy Sushi and like Poor Baby, and it's gonna be a video about short explanations about this stuff. But that's like, so I plan some videos ahead, or I posted a video of free house tours, and I tell subscribers, um, I'm not advertising those houses, so I'm not putting addresses because I know they've
Mhm.
been sold. But I was doing video tours for buyer.
Yeah.
So and I tell subscribers, guess which house I sold. So this way I get, and then when I do a video, always get them engaged. If it was your house, would you change the color of the walls, or what you do? What would you do? Or so I never do just video of one house. I get people to think and give me ideas, and some people watch me from Russia or Israel. They're never gonna move here, but they can tell about me to some people who on forums or Facebook
Yep.
ask about what's the cheapest place to relocate, and they say, "Oh, contact Oksana." And some people actually like started talking to me before they found me on YouTube because somebody on Facebook recommended me
Okay. Good.
because somebody else was watching. Yeah.
Awesome. So tell me, any fun, memorable, crazy stories in real estate that in helping sell a home or helping somebody buy a home? Is there something that stands out that was just like hilarious to you?
Yes, I have two stories.
Okay.
Um, and one of them is with you because you are beekeeper. And to me,
Yeah.
it was really cool that you not just helped my customers to get a house with a VA loan, and my customer was very happy. And then you gave everybody honey from your little bee farm with
Yep.
your. I thought it was like awesome and unique experience that you could do something like that. Usually, when I give gifts, I give gifts. Usually, my books. If person never got my books, I have free books in Russian and free books in English. So sometimes, like I like to give my books if
You've
I know
written
people
three
read
books.
in Russian and free in English.
Oh, excellent. So, okay. Nice.
I'm working on another book, but uh, I need
Do
to
you
be
want to
more
drop the
consistent.
titles?
Yes, yes, because it's gonna make me be more responsible. It's gonna be a um, collection of short stories
Okay.
about my life as an immigrant in America. Only funny stories. Only funny. It
Okay.
would be like Oksana, Alabama stand-up comedian. Because some of stories already in my Russian book, but I thought like I'm gonna turn it into English.
Uh-huh.
And funny stories when I was like made the like mail order bride with American, and then I married Russian guy, and home improvements, and as a realtor I have funny stories, and like raising three boys, so I have all that.
Yeah.
uh, and like famous book Gone with the Wind, Gone with the Wind, everybody
Oh,
knows.
yes. Yeah, Gone
So
with the
my
Wind,
book is
yes.
going to be another famous book, Gone with the Crap. So, and I want it to be, it's like I designed it to be like it's going to be a pocket book, so people can take it on a vacation, and they don't
Uh-huh.
need to like, just they can just read one story every day, like to relax. It's going to be short and funny because too many bad news everywhere. We need some
Mm-hmm.
more laughter in life.
You're right. You're right. If you make them laugh, you've got a friend for life. So,
Yes,
so what
and
was the second?
my awesome story, another funny story where a lady came, she moved here, and she brought with her 17 cats from California. And
17.
yes, she had them. She actually packed them all in like a big van. She was driving like a van, and they all were in a crates.
Uh-huh.
And she had to drive, and like when we opened, and they all were in the crates. They all wanted to get out. They like feed themselves and stuff, the cats, and so. But she actually rescued those cats. But sometimes you rescue a stray cat. You rescue, make sure cat gets shot, sterilized, and then you let it go. But
Mm-hmm.
she just kept them. So most cats don't want to be touched. And so we got your house. I don't know how she's dealing with it right now because I'm not staying in touch with some of customers because it's too much craziness. Like some things I cannot accept, and
Mm-hmm.
if I cannot accept,
Maybe
uh,
17 cats is a
yeah, like, but I'm not
that's
a
a lot
person
of
who gonna
cats.
call. I'm not gonna call authorities and say, "Look, this is what's going on," you know.
So, did you help her buy a house or sell a house?
I helped her to buy a house.
Oh, she bought a house for herself and her 17 cats. Well, that's got
Yeah,
to be a record. I mean,
yeah.
I don't know anybody that has that many cats
And
or that
imagine,
many
like
of anything
she bought it
else.
in a subdivision, and in a subdivision she couldn't
Wow.
let them out, so they all were stuck in like on the bottom floor was for cats. And imagine a huge kitty litter you have to change. It like I
Uh,
wanted her to buy a house in the country where she can let them all run free and
Sure.
come to like a nice little storage and sleep there. No, she
Yeah.
just it was weird. It just sometimes realtor cannot say things which is like, look,
Yeah.
this is stupid. You just think, okay, it's your decision. It's not my problem. But
Yeah.
I love cats. I have four.
You have four
And
cats?
yeah,
Okay. Not
and
17 though.
not 17. And I ended up with four cats because, like, one I found in Wilmar. She was following me. We were like looking at Fixer Upper.
Mm-hmm.
And she was following me. She wanted me. She would just like, so I ended up taking her home. It was a
Well, isn't
kitten.
that what cats do? You don't own a cat. A cat owns you.
Yes, they choose you. Or
They
like some
choose
cats,
you.
they come to us. My boys brought a cat. Oh, look what we found. It was, here's like a cat. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
Well, so tell me if you any advice that you would give to a homeowner or someone looking to buy a home?
well, I think like everybody has to do the homework.
Mm-hmm.
What I realize, lots of people, they try to ask realtor, is it a good area? Or they try to schedule appointment before going to see the area. I
Mm-hmm.
believe people, if they're in town, they have to go drive and look at the area themselves first in the morning and in the evening. even not in the area, instead of asking realtor and getting like another subjective opinion or no opinion at all, there are good sites I like. One site is greatschools.org.
Mm-hmm.
And in the greatschools.org site, you can put the address and see what schools the rating, demographics. It's gonna show you how many people of which race, how many counselors per students in a school. Uh, you know, it's just like this. Number one. Number two, the stop spot crime site. I like to when people ask me how bad the area, what's the crime. I said, well, anyway, you put this app spot crime, and then it
Mm-hmm.
will show you, if what happened, robbery, assault, what happened in the area. So the more rural you go, if you buy a house far away from our houses, it's going to be less crime rate. If you get into more busy areas, it's going to be higher crime rate. And so I always tell people, get this site, get that site, do research. And sometimes I just feel like, because people shouldn't just trust a realtor,
Mm-hmm.
they should always do their own work. And some people, they just don't, they just like not sure where to start. But I see like these two sites, it's a good thing to start, their search on what the neighborhoods are.
Okay. What is the best way if you've got somebody that's looking to make a connection with you to buy a home or sell a home? How could they best get a hold of you?
Well, there are several ways. I have a channel in English, which is smaller channel, but I do only real estate videos. Oksana Alabama Homes. They can look something. I have interview with lenders on it
Mm-hmm.
and with you as well. And I have a Facebook page, Oksana Leslie, and I'm on Instagram, Oksana Alabama. And my phone number, I used to live in Pensacola, Florida. My phone number is easy to remember. That's why I never changed it, because it was easy for the boys to remember.
Yeah.
850 324 2244.
850-324-2244. Pretty
Yes.
easy. All right. What do you love doing outside of real estate?
I have a part-time job. I'm an immigration interpreter.
Okay.
I am a contractor, so I can log in and be on a computer all day if I want, and catch calls. I have this. This is how I look.
Oh, yep.
Yeah. So, and some of them like Homeland Security. Pretty much when people cross Mexican border and they in immigration jail, Russian-speaking immigrants.
Mm-hmm.
I translate their conversations with a nurse or with immigration officer. Also, some calls are from banks. If somebody calling a bank and they don't understand, bank can get
Mm-hmm.
them to talk to with an interpreter. So
Okay.
Medicare stuff. So sometimes I do it full time if I don't have any real estate activity. I had situations where I was just, you know, on call, on call. Sometimes I just do it 30 minutes a day, 1 hour a day. And sometimes calls could be 3 hour call, could be 30 minutes, 10 minutes call. And I really
Right.
enjoy it. It shows me perspective how other people live. Uh, so that I love that.
Yeah.
And yes, and I love gardening too. And I
What's your
participate in,
favorite thing to grow in your garden?
well, I have exotic plants.
Okay.
Yes, I have exotic plants. So when I like one of my favorite is angel trumpet,
Okay. I've
and
seen
I have
those.
passion flower. I have passion flower. I have bleeding heart, and I have gardenia, oleander. So I have my own satsumas
Oh,
in my
okay.
own. Yeah.
Are the Satsumas orange? They're oranges. If you go to the grocery store, they're usually marketed as cuties at the grocery store, and it'll go. You buy a little bag of cuties. That's a Satsuma. And do you are you your trees have those right now, don't they?
Yeah, we already ate satsumas. You see, we had frost, and you have to know
Oh,
before you have frost, you need to remove your fruit. If you
yeah,
don't
there
do
was
it,
a
it goes
frost
bad.
recently.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, and yeah, but we had 1 year we grew jalapenos
Mm.
and tomatoes and cucumbers, and
Hmm.
I have blackberry bush, raspberry bush. Um,
Tell me, what's your favorite thing about Alabama?
uh, my favorite thing about Alabama is the people. I think like people are nicer.
Yeah.
People are nice. People are, uh, it just we're not as busy. I used to live in Atlanta, in Dallas
Yeah.
area, because Alabama, my sixth state. I like that it's not really fast-paced environment. I
Hmm.
don't think I can do fast-paced when people don't have time for each other.
Yeah.
What I didn't like for a long time in the South, I could not just embrace. What I didn't like, it's the Southern habit to say, call each other sweetheart and love. And it's like some girl who is like, could be my daughter, like, would tell me, oh, sweetheart. And this makes me
Yeah.
cringe.
You can
I don't
go.
like it. I don't
You
like
can
it.
go pump. You can go get a tank of gas at the convenience store, and the clerk will call you love or sweetheart or baby.
Yes, yes, I could not. Now I got used to it, but
You're used to it
but I
now.
used to, yeah, yeah. And
Yeah.
also I'm a blood donor. I donate blood. I donate platelets, so I'm a VIP one.
Yeah. Where do you donate? Where do you do your donations? Blood donations at? We'll give them a
We have
plug.
Life South. We have a Life South. He's in West Mobile. They have a whole building on Hillcrest where you can come anytime if you feel like you have time and relax and like to me it's my moment where nobody talks to me,
Yeah.
like like when
Y-
I want to like chill
Yeah.
and
Literally. Well, you're plugging into an IV, but you're unplugging from the world, so
yes.
nobody can bother you.
Yeah, because my first husband had hepatitis C, and for several years when we were struggling with like he had bipolar, hepatitis C, hemochromatosis, I was
Hmm.
in a group of risk while living with him. So after his death, I got checked out, and when I realized I didn't catch anything from him,
Hmm.
I told myself I'm gonna be a blood donor. And so sometimes it's like on and off. It's not like I do it every week or every month. If I do it,
Sure.
I do. Yeah, I do platelets, and to me it's like to me it's like saving universe. Because
Yeah.
when you donate blood, I look at it like this. You know, people can say, "Oh, I don't like this race or that religion or that religion," but on the blood level, pretty much, we all even. Doesn't matter we like Mexican or Russian or you know Irish. If you dying in the hospital, you wouldn't give a flying reds behind whose blood is saving your life.
Hmm.
And so when sometimes people like can being racist or something, I'm thinking like you could have my blood when you about to die, like
Yeah.
I'm like so I feel like I'm a savior and um that's the help me through life, especially when you
I
know
love it.
for my own humility too, when sometimes I feel like I want to feel racist because I don't like when people call me and they have a accent on the phone and my mom says, "Mom, you have an accent. It's time being hypocritical." you
Yeah.
know I don't like other people's accents, like I want American normal.
All right. Well, Oksana, from Uzbekistan to Mobile to thriving in the real estate industry as a real estate agent. I'm going to put all your links down below so that people can reach out to you. This was a fascinating conversation, and it was great talking to you again. Any last
Thank
words?
you. uh just you know I just want everybody to be healthy and to be optimistic.
Hmm.
you know
Perfect. All right. Well, thank you, Oksana.
Thank you, Nathan. Bye bye. Bye, everybody. Contact me 850-324-2224.